Yes, now we shall take up the second problem. A concrete beam having a rectangular section 150 by 300 mm is pre-stressed by a parabolic cable at an eccentricity of 75 mm at the center towards the bottoms of it and eccentricity of 25 mm towards top at the supports. Effective pre-stressing force is 350 kN. The beam supports a concentrated load of 20 kN at the center of the span in addition to self weight. Span is 8 meter. Find short term deflection at center of the span at pre-stress plus self weight plus live load. Long term deflection if the loss ratio is 0.8. Take Young's modulus of concrete as 38 kN per millimeter square and density of concrete as 24 kN per meter cube. Creep coefficient it is 1.6. Say this is the given problem. Now for this problem we need to write down the sketch. It is a simply supported beam. Span is 8 meter. Dead load will be acting in the form of UDL. Live load, it is a point load of intensity 20 kN acting at the midspan. Say the cable profile is parabolic. The pre-stressing force in the cable is 350 kN. The cable is having a eccentricity of 75 mm towards the soffit at the midspan and it is having a eccentricity of 25 mm towards the top at the supports. Cross sectional dimensions 150 by 300 mm. So this is the given details. Now deflection due to dead load, that is due to UDL, is given by delta is equal to 5 divided by 384 WL raised to 4 divided by EI. 5 by 384 constant. W intensity of the dead load we need to calculate from the formula. Intensity of the dead load is equal to density of the concrete into area of the concrete, 24 into cross sectional area 150 into 300. Now the dead load will be equal to 1.08 kilonewton per meter, which is equal to 1.08 Newton per millimeter. Now we got the dead load. Span is 8 meter. Young's modulus, it is given in the data. I, moment of inertia for a rectangular section, moment of inertia is given by B d cube by 12. B is 150 mm, D depth is 300 mm, B d cube by 12. On simplification we are going to get 337.5 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. So this is the moment of inertia. Now the deflection due to dead load is given by substituting in this formula 5 by 384 W 1.08 Newton per millimeter into span 8000 whole raised to 4 divided by Young's modulus of concrete 38 into 10 raised to 3 into moment of inertia of the section 337.5 into 10 raised to 6. On simplification we are going to get the deflection due to dead load as 4.49 mm. This deflection due to dead load will be acting in the downward direction, hence we have to take it as positive. Now deflection due to live load. For a live load in the form of point load at the midspan, the formula is given by delta is equal to 1 by 48 WL cube by EI, which is equal to 1 divided by 48 into W, intensity of the live load, that is 20 kilonewton, 20 into 10 raised to 3 into span 8000 cube divided by 48 constant EI. E is Young's modulus of concrete given in the data 38 into 10 raised to 3 into moment of inertia 337.5 into 10 raised to 6, which is equal to 16.63 mm. It will be acting in the downward direction. Say this is the deflection due to live load. We have calculated the deflection due to dead load, deflection due to live load. Now we shall take up the deflection due to pre-stressing force and eccentricity. Now while calculating the deflection due to pre-stressing force and eccentricity, we need to look at the cable profile to choose the problem. Say this is the type of cable profile which is having eccentricity at both midspan as well as at the supports. At the midspan it is the eccentricity is below the neutral axis and at the supports the eccentricity is above the centroidal axis of the concrete. Now for that type of condition we have the formula delta is equal to 1 by 48 P L square by EI into E2 minus 5 E1, where E1 is the eccentricity at the midspan, E2 is the eccentricity at the supports. Yes, on simplification, P into L square, P is nothing but the pre-stressing force in the cable, 350 into 10 raised to 3 into span of the beam, 8000 square divided by 48 Young's modulus of concrete into moment of inertia into E2. E2 is the eccentricity of the cable at the supports. E2 is always eccentricity of cable at the supports, that is 25 minus 5 into E1. E1 is eccentricity of the cable at the midspan, 5 into 75. Hence, the deflection due to P and E is given by minus 12.74 mm. This deflection will be in the upward direction, hence we have to take it the deflection due to P and E as negative. Now, we shall compute the short term deflection. Short term deflection is equal to, it includes deflection due to dead load, deflection due to live load, and deflection due to pre-stress, which is equal to, deflection due to dead load is 4.49 plus deflection due to live load is 16.63 and deflection due to pre-stress is minus 12.74. Minus sign indicates that deflection is in upward direction. Yes, on simplification, we get the net short term deflection is equal to 8.38 mm. Since it is positive, means it indicates that the beam will going to deflect in the downward direction or below the neutral axis. So this is the short term deflection. To calculate the long term deflection, we have this formula, delta is equal to deflection due to dead load plus deflection due to live load plus deflection due to pre-stress into effective pre-stressing force divided by initial pre-stressing force into 1 plus 5. We know the deflection due to dead load, deflection due to live load, deflection due to pre-stressing force and eccentricity. Now, this P effective by Pi, that is effective ratio of the effective pre-stressing force to the initial pre-stressing force, it is nothing but the loss ratio. It is given in the data into 1 plus 5. 5 is the creep coefficient. It is also given in the data. On simplification, we get delta is equal to, due to dead load 4.49, due to live load 16.63 minus 12.74 into 0.8 into 1 plus creep coefficient 1.6. On simplification, we are going to get the long term deflection as 28.4 mm in the downward direction. We need to check with the Codal provisions the maximum permissible deflection. This deflection should not be greater than L by 250. Means this is the maximum permissible deflection. It is given by L by 250, where L is span of the beam, 8000 divided by 250, which is equal to 30 mm. In this case, we got the actual deflection as 28.4 mm. It implies that 28.48 is not more than 30 mm. Hence, it is safe. If this deflection value is greater than 30 mm, means the beam is not safe against the deflection. Hence, this value is less than 30 mm. Hence, in this problem, it is safe against the deflection. This is the solution for the second problem.